Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show podcast. This is, of course, an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. I am your host, Jim Mint 10 Dickie Wabash, and here with me, as always, is the one-legged wonder, Michael Madrox.
Dickie, what a weekend, brother.
So what do you want to talk about? Any big changes take place in your life lately?
Well, it was about 20 after 4, and I saw Santino Marella with Mr. Iguana.
You're talking, so that's pretty life-changing that you would see. I just caught the reference. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're good, man.
I think it was so funny that Balor was like trying to kayfabe what he does in his
Free time.
in his free time, in his relaxation time. And at the very end, he's just like, "Yeah, I smoke weed when I work out." It's just like, oh, okay, here we go.
And I love how they ended it on that.
I'm gonna say something here, and this might be a hot take.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes is only as good as whatever guest he has on What Do You Want to Talk About?
I agree 100%.
I think that he's a little bit too monotone with his hosting, and I think that granted, we have no right, like we're
nobody to
no, but I mean, just I just don't see the appeal of a podcast hosted by Cody Rhodes.
The one with John Cena, man, that was horrible to get through. It was
talking about getting through it. John Cena's podcast run that he went on was some of the most boring audio I have ever heard in my entire life. Ask me a question right now, Madrox.
Dickie Wabash, in your retirement run, who is your favorite fan?
Well, see, that's the beauty of it, is that they all came to the table and brought something different that you're just not going to get anywhere else. You see, in this business, at the end of the day, everyone brings something unique to the table. And once you bring that unique thing, it's like apples to oranges. You can't really compare one thing to another. We can try. That's the beauty of our business, is that we can go out there and we can try to say this is an apple and this is an orange, and say that one is better than the other. But at the end of the day, Chris, when you wake up and you're looking at your bowl of fruit, do you want an apple or do you want an orange? That's what makes what we do so unique, is that there is no favorite to it. It's whatever you are enjoying in the moment. My favorite is who I'm with in the moment, Chris.
I was falling asleep there until you started calling me Chris.
Chris Van Vliet, brother. Boy, he's on a run. He is on a murderer's row run right now with his guests.
Stone Cold and Raven, man. In the same week.
The Raven interview was better than the Stone Cold interview. I'm just going to throw.
It was, and that's my partialism going in through. But at the same time, dude, have you ever heard a Stone Cold interview where he's not fully in character?
Well,
that was something different for me that I actually enjoyed.
What was funny about the Stone Cold one is that we can sit here and we can joke about how John Cena answers questions. I think the way Stone Cold answers questions is even funnier, because he elaborates when he doesn't need to. So it's like Chris Van Vliet asked him a basic question, then he's got to start at breakfast. It's like, hey, here's this picture of you walking with all these, you're wearing these flip-flops. Well, you see, I was filming a movie and that was me doing my meal prep, and then someone snapped a picture of it, then it made it online, and then all of a sudden, now you know how everything turns into a meme. It's just like, why did you have to go into that sort of detail, Steve? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, he doesn't do a bunch of podcasts either, so it's out of his comfort zone for him, you know what I mean?
And then he quit doing his podcast. And I miss his podcast. He had a really good one.
Racing them side-by-sides now, brother.
I'm walking around with Match and Patch. Got a couple solid-ass cats. I I think I'm getting tired of that bit.
Of the solid ass cats.
I think I'm getting tired of the solid ass cats bit a little bit. I get it. We get it. You're beating us over the head with it, Steve. We get it. We understand. You got a couple really good cats there. Dad, the old Broke Skull Ranch down here.
You know what made me over the solid ass cat bit?
Go on.
When I see a fucking pro wrestling tees ad for Stone Cold Shop, and all it is fucking cat t-shirts.
Well, it's a couple of solid ass cats.
I
I respect the hustle. I'm respecting the hustle. I mean, if
you quit making money, man. That's what you got to do.
If I mean, you have no room. No, fuck you. You have no room to talk because look at your goats.
You leave my goats alone. Those are three solid ass goats.
Do you know how many paid shows there are where you're just talking about goats?
I'm a goat farmer, brother.
Exactly. So then I don't want to hear it.
In my defense, you're the one that normally brings up the goats and asks how they're doing in the paid shows.
Not true. That is not true. You just started talking about your goats.
We'll have to go back and look through the text messages.
And now you know that I'm not going to, because I'll be getting a message from Jason V at some point, and he'll be like, "Oh, Dickie, you have brought up the goats a lot." And then I'll just be like, "Well, have I? I don't really think I have, V." Just want to again remind everyone, this is, of course, the Spot Show podcast. Each and every week, I gather my friends around the microphones, and we talk about the wacky world of independent wrestling and everything in between. If you like what we're doing here, you can, of course, go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios. Help keep the microphones on and the envelopes full. There, if you back us at the $10 tier or $5 tier. I mean, there's two tiers, 5 and 10. But if you back us specifically at the $5 tier, you're going to get this show and all of our other shows, all of our other content early and ad-free. $10 tier is going to get you some really cool exclusive shows. We've got some pretty cool stuff coming that way. Also, if you don't got the extra ducats to toss our way, you can support us absolutely free going over to madbashstudios.com. There you'll find links to all of our social media. Go give us a follow on Facebook. Go give us a subscribe on YouTube. All of that. We really appreciate the support. If you want to support us, though, we got a little plug ski here. Coming to a merch table near you very soon. The second run. This is breaking news. This is breaking news. This is the first time that we have publicly said what we got coming to the merch table. The second run of the ever popular, one of, dare I say, the most popular t-shirt in independent wrestling in 2023.
I'd agree. Everybody was rocking them.
Coming to a merch table near you. It is the second run, the return of the long-awaited Wrestling is My Side Chick shirt. Yes, they are coming back to the merch table. Hopefully starting, if you're listening to this when it comes up, we should have them Saturday at Destination 6. They will be on the merch table. If you want one and you're not going to be able to make it to a show that we're going to be on, send us a message on Facebook. We will figure something out. We'll try to get you one of these. You are not going to want to miss, because this is going to be a limited run of this style of the pro wrestling of the Wrestling is My Side Chick t-shirts. These are going to be blue with the white lettering, just like Rip'em, the Rip Thomas shirt. So yeah, you're going to want to jump on these. These are going to be a very limited run. I believe
Once they're gone, they're gone.
Once they're gone, they're gone. This style will not be coming back. $2 of every shirt goes to Oliver Kane. So thank you, Oliver, for allowing us to do it. So yeah, of course, this is brought to you by that. And then, of course, Venom Energy. We're going to hear a little bit more about them later. Back in the merch game, brother. Back in the merch game. We have been talking about it. We've been talking about it for a bit, that it's time to get some new t-shirts, and pulled the trigger. Had a little bit of money in the rainy day fund. So I was like, yeah, let's go put in an order for some t-shirts.
I'm glad you did, man.
Yeah. I think that they're going to be a hot ticket item.
I mean, for a production company like we are, like, I've seen us put out more merch than most independent guys in the past 3 years.
Do you think that merch can kind of be a lost art, because like when I was at New Wave a couple weeks ago with Oliver, not everyone on the show had merch, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of people had some really solid merch to choose from. And I think that a lot of people downplay and like are truly not paying attention to how much money they can make with merch. It was just a culture shock to me.
I don't think it's a lost art as per se as people don't want to invest in their own brand.
I get that. It's almost as if there are graphic designers like me that will design you t-shirts if you want a t-shirt. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. That's kind of how it is. I mean, you got to invest in yourself, because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then like who's going to want to invest in you to begin with? You know what I mean?
I think it also brings back from like the past years of merchandise where like to get a t-shirt made, you had to order 500 at a time. Like we ain't in those times of 2010 anymore.
That is weird. It seems like that kind of went away. I remember back in the day getting my first batch of t-shirts ever. I had to have a minimum of 20. Yeah, it was a minimum of 20. And I had 2 designs, and I somehow worked out a deal with them where I could get 10 of each. And the fact that they let that even fly was amazing to me. Yeah,
like I remember you telling me about it. I'm like, no way, dude.
Yeah. And then we got other and then there was the whole thing of like Tolerant Zero being like, why's the ring announcer got merchandise? And it's like, why not?
I'm over,
why
bro.
not? If people want it, and then if there's money to be made, brother, then I'm gonna hop on that train right away. I think, and we've had this discussion before, I think a lot of people, I'm going to backpedal on a lot of what I was just saying here a minute ago, because I'm not saying that like day one wrestler should go pile on and get all of this merch made and have it.
No, not
like,
day one.
You got to have at least a brand and at least an identity worth people buying your shirt. Like, we are not going to sell a MadBash sticker to someone who doesn't even know what MadBash is. Yeah. Or, I have the Mischievous Rabbit design, and I have those in stickers, and I've sold a lot of those because people just like the way it looks. And I think that I think that that's something that I like to pride myself on when I design stuff, is that it's like, even if you're not a wrestling fan, even if you're not a fan of this particular thing, it looks cool and you'll wear it, because I'm that way. I tend to cater to myself a lot.
That's the big thing with merchandise. Like Colt Cabana told us in the Pro Wrestling Diaries all them years ago, make shit that regulates with wrestling fans and then somebody who's never seen wrestling a day in their life. If
or resonates.
Cool, yes, it's going to look good.
Yeah. And I think that that's what we try to do here. I think that Wrestling Is My Side Chick design is one of the smartest designs ever, because
it's simple and sweet.
It's simple and sweet, but brother, I threw the MadBash logo on this one. So we've also teased a couple other designs like the Work Me Light Tonight brother shirts and stuff like that, but we might get there one day. We might get there one day.
One day we'll have an online store.
So back to my original question. Anything interesting happened this weekend?
I went to Odin, Indiana.
Yeah, what'd you do there?
Did commentary for a company called Elite Pro Wrestling.
Hopefully you did commentary anyway, for at least the first half.
In the second half. And then we said our goodbyes, man.
Yeah.
It's all over.
I feel like that's why a lot of you might be here right now. You want to hear the story. Let me just do this. I wrote an open letter to Elite Pro Wrestling because, again, we have left. I'm now going to take this time to read that letter because maybe some of you haven't actually seen it on our Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and read that open letter right now for those of you that have not seen it. As of January 10th, 2026, Michael Madrox and I have decided to step away from our positions at Elite Pro Wrestling. This isn't a decision that comes easy or comes from a place of malice. We're nipping all of that in the bud right now. All the love in the world for the entire EPW staff, roster, and backstage personnel. In the last 3 years, we've done much more than just provide the voices for some amazing moments in EPW, but we've also served in various backstage roles. These were tasks that we held in very high honor, and it was a privilege to help lay the groundwork for what EPW has become and will continue to become. We are making this decision solely to pursue other opportunities, and it would not be fair to EPW or these other opportunities to have divided attention. They require much more than our best, and they will get it. To whomever takes the mantle as the new voices of EPW, you have the keys to the kingdom. Don't try to be the next MadBash. Do your absolute best to be the first you. To everyone at EPW, thank you doesn't even begin to do what we want to say. I am reading this right, I swear to God. Thank you doesn't even begin to do what we want to say to you justice. It makes sense in my head, but I'm just reading it wrong. We're forever in your debt, and we owe you so much. You gave us a chance when you didn't have to. There is something that is something that we will pay forward in the future. To Odin, Indiana, you were our second home. The time we spent there will not soon be forgotten. To all of the fans, we hope that you stick with us as we journey onto our new endeavors. We promise you'll be pleased with the outcome. Much love, Dickie and Madrox. And I wrote that, and I know that Michael Madrox feels the exact same way as I do. I basically wrote you, and I said, hey, I'm going to write something. I'm going to speak in your voice for a minute, and I know that you'll agree with it. And you were like, okay, brother.
I trust you with everything, man.
Essentially finishing each other's
sandwiches.
Yes. So let's go into the decision a little bit here. I'm going to be that guy. I apologize, but the stuff that we are working on, we cannot confirm or deny yet. We cannot dive into, but I can tell you that there is stuff being worked on. Those that know, and those that don't know, you will know, and you will love to know it when you know.
I'm fine with XCW.
We have been bought by Rob Black. We are now a part of XPW. This was a conversation that was had the end of last year.
We started touring with it, I would say about October.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, that's towards the end of that's the last quarter. We just, there's really no major minutia, and we're not trying to be vague. I mean, there's really not that big of a story here, guys. I know that it would be, very podcastery of us to hype it up and be like, oh man, it's a fucking explosive story, man. There was shit was thrown and yelling happened and
the board got broken over my head.
Yelling did happen, for the record. But no, it all started in around October. How deep do I want to get into this? September, October, I just got a weird vibe. I got a weird vibe there. something seemed off to me. And I don't want to be in an environment where I feel off. Sorry, I just don't. Michael Madrox and I made a pact early on.
Day one.
Day one. Literally day one. Yeah, I can say early on, but literally day one. That's fair. We stop having fun. We're out. And, you know, we stopped being able to justify the
Stress,
the stress, the travel, the not having of fun. And then we look at these other opportunities and we're like, yeah, we can't be going here stressing ourselves out, not having fun, being miserable. And that would be unfair to these other projects because they wouldn't be getting our full attention because we wouldn't even be getting our full attention,
That mental frame of mind, man. You can't go out and give it your all to something else when you got something else holding you back, just nagging at you.
Yeah. And there were a couple moments, some passive aggressive moments that took place that made me be like, okay. On record, let me go on record. It's not management that did this passive aggressive stuff to me. I love Steven. I love Lori, JC, the powers that be at EPW. Just trying their best. You know what I mean? They're just trying their best to put on a good show. And I can't blame them on that one. Because that's what I try to do with everything that I do. I try to put on a good show. You can't, you can't.
You say trying, but they are doing
well. Trying, yeah, trying and succeeding. I should say, trying and succeeding. You can't judge an experience by the sum of its parts. A lot of times, or sometimes you can. And like I said, there were just a couple of instances where I just got a vibe and we were driving back and I'm like, brother, and you're like, brother. It all, for me, it all kind of started in September, I think, is when I started to get a little bit of a weird vibe with people. And for the record, that is, for me personally, micro reasons that I wanted to be gone. The truth of the matter is I wanted to be gone because I have other opportunities. And like I said, if I'm not happy, then I want to go pursue the opportunities that are going to make me happy, So give me your thoughts, man. that led up to you being like, yeah, we're going to pull the trigger here.
I'm 35 years old, about to turn 36, man. My biggest thing is moving to MadBash Studios North. Like the whole travel is getting to me, my health's getting to me, and just going there. Like, don't get me wrong, I was still having fun doing it, but just
I was not, for the record. I was not having fun. I just want to throw that out there.
Dickie not having fun made my aura off, and it just didn't feel like home anymore, if that makes sense.
At its core, it did, but it felt
like the day after Thanksgiving after the big family fight.
It did. And for the record, there was no big family fight.
No, there wasn't. It was just an aura that both of us, like, we were both going through shit in our lives personally.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like I said earlier, that nagging little scratch, that fucking itch you can't reach.
Where you kind of don't want to get in the car and go,
Yeah. Which, I mean, was a lot of damn shows because every time we go to a show, we're like, do we really want to do this? And then we get there and we're like, yeah, I'm so glad we did this. But
that's common. I mean, that's just the wrestler's fucking grind.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But then the is it worth it started to slowly go away. And then you get other opportunities. And you're like, that's what I want to stress again to everyone right now, because I know that there are going to be some motherfuckers out there that are going to probably like take this all out of context. I know it's going to happen. No, it's going to happen. And I will be damned if I let that happen. Because everything that I told the owner, Stephen Mitchell, is the honest to God truth. We are pursuing other opportunities. That's it. I am just now going into the minutia of why we are pursuing these other opportunities.
Absolutely, man. Like, you know, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be like, oh, I'm the reason they're leaving. It's all me. I ran them off. No.
I can almost guarantee that there's someone, you know.
I guarantee it too, man.
Yeah.
Cosplaying as a wolf, you know what I mean?
I got news for every person here, whether you are not in the business, whether you are in the business, whether you've been in the business 15 years, whether you've been in the business a year, whether you've been in the business for, it doesn't matter. Wrestling is an elective. You do not have to do this.
What do you mean you don't have to do this?
I know, right? You don't, if you're, and I'm going to use the word miserable. I wasn't miserable. I don't want people to think that I was like dreading, like, oh, like I got to fucking go to EPW. No, it wasn't that. I am just letting everyone, and this is my TED Talk. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. If you're unhappy, if you don't want to be somewhere, no one's fucking forcing you to be there, dude. We're independent contractors. You do not have to continue to go somewhere if you're not having fun.
It's that easy?
Point blank. It's that easy. We did it. And we left on incredible terms. The door is still open if we ever want to go back. Will I? Probably not, but I might go to watch a show one day.
Still support him?
Fuck it. All the support in the world to EPW, man. I want him to succeed. And I have it on. I have a pretty good idea of who is going to be taking over the commentary mantle. And I mean, good on them. Good on them.
I can't wait to see where they go from here.
I can't either. I can kind of gauge a reaction of where they might, if I'm assuming who's taking it. And I hope they are the ones that take it, because they're, they have a lot of upside. They have a lot of potential. And I think that they would suit EPW's product very well.
Yes.
I just think that that's the case. So when was your mind made up?
I would say December.
Same.
Even before we actually started talking about it, I was just looking at it. I'm like, personally, like at home with the kids and everything, Logan backing out, like, I'm just like,
do we want to talk about that?
No, we'll keep that hush hush. Okay. That's his story to tell. We'll get him on sometime. But like, man, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, news break for all of you listening to think this might just be an EPW problem. I told Dickie Saturday, I was like, I'm done doing any type of independent wrestling shows. Not just EPW. Because I would rather have these weekends to spend with my kids and doing shit that actually makes me happy and makes me grow as a person.
That does not mean that you are not leaving MadBash.
No.
You are staying along. You're staying on. You just aren't taking bookings.
Yes.
And I'm on the other end of the spectrum. Brother, book me. Hit me up. MadBash Studios at gmail.com. Hit me up. I'll take commentary bookings. I'll take managing bookings. Who gives a shit?
You gonna work?
Brother, I ain't got no working left in me.
One more match, Dickie.
Jay Silva is sending me reels, and it's like I'm reporting a podcast right now, brother.
He's not calling.
No, Jay Silva's not one of the. He and I talk maybe once every couple of weeks or so, and then we get it out of our system. But anyways, no, like, yeah. So breaking news. That's, this is Michael Madrox is announcing his second retirement. But yeah, that
catch up with Funk, brother.
Oh, I got 74 more retirements in me. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it right there, man. I mean, we do have other opportunities. People have probably figured out. Some people may know, some people may not know. They can just guess. Probably going to be getting messages from a couple of people being like, is this the other opportunities? There is no one singular opportunity.
No, we got a lot of.
There's multiple, and we got to give our attention to that. And, it's just what it is. But I say that we continue the EPW talk after we hear a word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. Well, what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine. This is my call to every person out there. If you ever find yourself in the vicinity of Odin, Indiana, my second home, go check out an EPW show. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. There are some matches there that I think are sleepers. I think that, you look at the independent wrestling landscape, and I'm not going to sit here and use the phrase best kept secret. But there are some that I feel like there are some matches that you can take a look at and you can be like, yeah, these should be in contention for, of the year conversation. And
the Buddy Murphy Awards.
Yeah, the best kept secret award. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just, I knew I was done in December. I would say December. Again, my reasons are very different than Madrox's, but same at the same time. He wants to have these weekends to hang out with the kids and do this and do that. Meanwhile, I'm ready to continue to grow the brand. I'm ready to continue to do all of this. I'm ready to do all that. I don't want to sit here and say that MadBash Wrestling outgrew EPW. I think that would be very narcissistic and egotistic to say that. I don't think that we outgrew and our wings had to expand. But at a certain time,
you gotta bet on yourself.
We had to, and we have to bet on ourselves. Yeah. And I think that that's something that MadBash Studios /wrestling/films /Mischievous Rabbit has really not done, is that bet on ourselves fully. And 2026 is going to be just that.
Sink or swim, baby.
And I look forward to it. As I said in the open letter, I also, I want to see what comes of EPW. EPW, when they didn't need to, just on a recommendation, they brought me on sight unseen. And frankly, that's kind of dumb. But because I don't do that. I don't do that, but I'm thankful that they did.
Well, your recommendation came from,
you,
a great person.
Yeah, and then whenever they made the announcement that we were coming in as their commentary, the people that were like, yeah, let's go. That I think was proof enough of like, yeah, Dickie's gonna be a good fit, and so's Madrox and all that. If it wasn't for EPW, I wouldn't know some of my best friends in the wrestling business right now. Specifically, like I would not know Colby Jack. I would not know Jay Silva. People that I talk to almost daily, I met because of EPW. But Dickie, what about Dalton? I knew Dalton before EPW. I knew Jason Levi before EPW. I knew Oliver Kane before EPW, Shank, whatever. I'm talking about the people that I met specifically because of EPW. Again, these are people that have come in. I met a lot of people at EPW that came in and molded my life for better or worse. And it's weird to look at my life back to the for better or worse thing. It's weird to look back on my life and not see it in any other way. Because they've played such instrumental roles and not only just molding my life, but helping grow the brand as well.
Helping grow you as a person as well.
And well, the brand is my life, so
yeah.
And help me grow as a person for sure. And I'm not fucking anybody off. Don't think that I am, but like, I use those two as a specific example. There's other people that I've met through EPW that I might have had the chance to meet through other avenues, but the small intimate setting of the EPW locker room really helped me like build a relationship and stuff with them. Draco is a good one. Kindle Fire. Again, I would have met Kindle Fire, I'm sure. But getting to know him in the confines of the EPW locker room.
Without EPW, cool. Would we though? Because every other booking we took is an off-brand of EPW from that moment.
And as I was saying that, I was really thinking, no, I wouldn't have met these people because EPW is what got me back into the business. So,
EPW was supposed to be a one-time thing for us. We just wanted to get out there and try it.
Not one time. It was meant to be a one and only. It was meant to be, we are only doing EPW. And then we started doing the Spot Show podcast. And then we started working other places and working with other people and all that. And it just took off out of nowhere. The first year of MadBash Studios would not have been what it was had it not been for EPW, point blank.
Yeah.
Because
we would be here 3 years later talking into a camera.
No, and we're coming up on the official 3 years, by the way. And what's funny about this is the day we're recording this, I'm pretty sure this is the 3-year anniversary of when we actually debuted at EPW.
Nope, it was January 7th, 2023.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then I'm wrong. Fuck me. But yeah, no, if it wasn't for EPW, I wouldn't know these people because I wouldn't have gotten back into the wrestling business. No interest getting back into the wrestling business. And now here I am. Here I am. So thank you, EPW. You can either thank them or blame them. Take your pick. Take your
Who
pick.
you ask?
Take your pick. But no, I mean, that's, not to wax poetic or anything, but it really would not have been, it being MadBash would not have been what it was in the first year had it not been for EPW. And I truly mean that. I truly mean that.
I want to go back other than, in December before we debuted with EPW, watching Jay Silva dressed as the Fiend, making fun of him on YouTube. What do you think's one of your favorite matches you ever called for EPW?
There's some good ones. There's some good ones. We always go back to the Shank ladder match with Kendall. And I feel like that's the easy answer. I want to tell you one of the most underrated matches that I got to call there was Kendall Fire versus Austin Ryan was a very good match and one of the most underrated EPW matches ever. I would say one of Kendall's most underrated matches and one of Austin's most underrated matches. That was a lot of fun. I look at the first ever MadBash wrestling match at EPW, Oliver Kane versus Dalton Davis. That one was a lot of fun. I look back at the bull rope match, Chris Cutler versus the Mad Cow, and all that. So yeah, I don't have a single answer. I don't have a single answer because it's all. It's not one of those. It depends on the day, but it kind of depends on the mood.
It depends on the mood. You brought up Austin Ryan. Austin Ryan versus DD Jinx was another fun one to call. That's
That was a
highly
fun one.
underrated.
Yeah.
That one even took me for a surprise of how great that match was.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. I think, and if we're talking in terms of fun, there is a picture online that is one of my favorite pictures of you and I. And we are behind the desk, and I am just scream laughing. And you have got that I'm kind of enjoying myself look on your face. To quote friend of the show, Bando the God, she said, I like that happiness is different on both of you guys' faces. It's the pool. What was it? It was the pool match. What's that? The pool party match?
Summer party match in the summer match or whatever.
Yeah, it was Matt Maverick versus John Scrutch. And that match was just a really, really fun one.
Maverick almost drowned in that match, man.
Maverick, I'm going to take this time to talk about Matt Maverick. I would have left EPW a lot longer or a lot sooner had it not been for Matt Maverick. Going to EPW and getting to hang out with him and all that and getting to see him and cut it up with him. Matt Maverick legitimately is one of my favorite human beings walking the face of the earth. I love that man. I would do anything for that man. If he called me today and was like, brother, I'm broke down. Okay, where are you?
Exactly. I was just talking to Matt earlier today.
Where are you? Yeah.
He's one of the best human beings I've ever encountered in professional wrestling.
Which is so funny because of the character that he portrays and the way that we had to portray our characters with him, of where we're annoyed by each other and don't like each other and all that.
That's normally how it works though, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the best rivals are usually the best of friends. But I mean, not to throw this out for you, but I'm sure some of your favorite EPW moments was getting to see Logan.
Yeah, absolutely. Logan growing and as a performer in the ring, like There's something magical about watching that. And back to Matt Maverick, I want to thank Matt Maverick for all of that, because Matt Maverick was why he was in there, why he was doing his spots, and helped him grow so much, not only inside the ring but outside the ring.
I wish things played out a little bit differently, but that's another conversation for another day. Yeah, I almost didn't want to go to November. And then I was like, I gotta go for Maverick. So I stuck it out, and it was one of the coolest experiences getting to send him off. You want to talk about the passive aggressiveness that took place there. Yeah, no, man, it was just overall, it was an amazing experience. Okay, so we spent the first like little bit of this. I don't want it. I loved my time at EPW.
Yeah.
Some of the most fun I ever had.
Except for the food poisoning.
Oh, my
Macy's can count its days.
If it is around 11:30, and you go into the Odin Casey's, do yourself a favor and do not get anything from the hot bar, from the hot counter.
That's the advice we should have ever listened to.
No, Odin and EPW, I had 90% of my time there. I loved it. Not a bad thing to say about it. But 90 doesn't make 100, which means 100%. And that means that I wasn't 100% happy. You know, but I don't know, man. What are some of your other favorite moments there?
Dude, the sleepover.
Oh, when we spent the night in the ring. Yeah, that was.
We've done a lot of things with EPW, man. Music video shoots.
Yeah.
A night in the ring with all the brothers. We drove down to Odo one day just to help paint the ring.
Yeah.
Because we loved it so much there.
Yeah. We definitely put in the work. We definitely put in what we could to help grow EPW, and hopefully that work isn't for nothing, and I don't think it will be. I think that they're going to excel. I think they're going to succeed, and yeah, I look forward to it. I really look forward to it. I think back to like the first or second show. You guys are on creative now. You're going to help book storylines. And I'm like, what? So here's another little thing with me. And I don't give a fuck. Like, it is what it is. Michael Madrox and I were on creative. And we helped book some storylines. I was asked to be on the board of directors there that had like the important big behind the scenes meetings.
Yeah.
So in August or September, was it August or September?
When you left?
Yeah, when I
want to say August.
It was, no, I don't know. May have been October. Point is, that was my first step, was like, I'm leaving creative. I don't want to be on creative anymore. And I don't want to be a part of your board of directors.
You just wanted to be a talent.
I said, take me back. Take me back to just being a guy that collects an envelope. And they did. They let me do that. And there's no hard feelings. There's no hard feelings. There isn't. I want to keep stressing that. I don't want people to think there are. But there are going to be people that are going to try to make it seem like there are. Did you hear what Dickie said about you on the pod? Fuck off.
I got hard feelings.
What's your hard feelings, brother? What you got?
The damn bathroom in Washington, Indiana.
The bathroom in Washington, Indiana. What about it?
It was always dirty, man.
Yeah.
Always dirty, and the urinal dividers were falling over. That's what I got beef with from EPW.
From a guns a-blazing, from a production look perspective, from the way it looked on camera,
Washington was top notch.
I loved Washington. But in any other aspect of it, I fucking hated that building.
No air conditioner, no heat.
Hated that building. Hated it. The locker room was in a weight room. It was hard to get around. You had to navigate. You had to walk through the kitchen to get to Gorilla. Then you get out there and it's hot as fuck. We were sat so far away from the fucking ring that we could barely see it. Oh my God. But
electricity would only work half the time.
Yeah. But with that, some of my favorite EPW moments were in Washington.
Yes.
Some of my favorite moments on commentary were in Washington. And you know, it was something that I'll always remember. But yeah, I can say it now. I fucking hated that building. I hated that building. The Odin Community Center, I think, leaves a lot to be desired, but I love that building.
Yeah.
It's a small, intimate building. I think the ring is a little bit too big for that building. I think that it would benefit from a smaller ring.
I couldn't picture a different ring in there though, man. After the 3 years of seeing that ring,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that ring is almost perfect for that building. That ring is almost perfect for that building. It was a fun time. It was overall really a fun time. It really was. My time at EPW may be at an end, but the memories, they are lasting.
Like I said earlier, it was great from our first show having like 10, 15 people in the crowd there to seeing what it's been these past few shows.
There's a little more than that. I would say it was probably 25 maybe. 25 maybe. And then, you know, just the ebbs and flows of whether a crowd is going to be good or not, you know. Yeah, and then there's like the little subtle things that like I forget about us going and doing that ring day and painting the ring. I forget about us what we really put into that company. And this isn't we put so much into that fucking company. No, this is we put a lot into that company, and I hope that it continues to grow.
And they put a lot in us too.
They did. They really did. Brian
Pillman Jr. sitting next to Ronnie Burke was probably the highlight of my Washington show series.
Just for us. Just for us specifically. Who boy, this might be a fun paid show. This might be a fun paid show podcast. But yeah, man, we got a little bit of time left here before we hit our time. Final thoughts, Madrox. Give your final thoughts on Elite Pro Wrestling.
I want to thank Elite Pro Wrestling, not just the company, the workers, the fans, everyone that allowed me to use my voice to tell stories. Thank you guys for the memories. Thank you for the headaches. Thank you for the drama. And I love y'all. Every single fucking one of you that's ever stepped through that EPW door on either side of the guardrail.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So I'm gonna mirror what Michael Madrox is saying. I'm gonna steal what Michael Madrox is saying.
You gonna ditto me, brother?
I'm gonna ditto you. That's one of the first times that probably the most eloquently I've ever heard you speak. Just talking about how you feel about certain things. But no, I mean, I agree with it. All the love in the world of that place. Love to see it to continue to grow. And all that. You know, we had a really good partnership. Partnership came to an end a little bit sooner than I would have liked. But no, I mean, yeah, it was just it was a really fun time. So, man, what are you gonna do with these weekends now, brother?
I have no damn idea, brother.
You
No idea. I say like these weekends, but I was only doing EPW here for the longest time anyway. So what
and
am I
then you
going to do
weren't
with my?
even making half the fucking shows.
The hospital was calling my name, man. That's my vacation spot.
Yeah. You doing
I got a
anything around?
residency up there.
You doing anything around March or April at all?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Okay. I'm just curious if you had anything going on. No, yeah, and that was the other one of the other things I really wanted to touch on too is that like, with your health and everything, like that's one of the big reasons that you were deciding to take a step back anyway. But yeah, I'm excited to see you because this is where I get a little bit gushy for a minute here, but I mean it's like to see what you've been through and to know what you've been through and to be there with you through all of it. Well, not all of it, for the majority of it. Um, I just want to say that like you can rest now. That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. No, you're gonna kill me. But you shared something on Facebook today that like really stuck with me. It's a picture of you and your mom from whenever you went to prom, and brother in Christ, the fact that that is you in that photo is absolutely fucking astounding to me. But
I look like 8'5" Madroxes.
I think that is very apropos that memory would come up and you would share it because it's one of those of where it's like, yeah, don't take these moments that you have for granted because you tragically lost your mom years ago, and it's now that you have been through what you've been through, you've been able to look around and like not take life for granted. And brother, sit back and smell the roses and the goat shit.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know what I mean?
And the biggest thing I took from like all the tragedy in my life is never take shit seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that also, not to speak for you, but I've had enough conversations with you. I think that that's a big part of too of the whole life's too short to be unhappy. Like I wear a shirt very frequently that says do more of what makes you happy. And I was honestly, this is a little bit deep. I actually told my therapist about this. I was kind of starting to get imposter syndrome and I was starting to feel like a hypocrite because I was wearing a shirt that said do more of what makes you happy and I wasn't.
So now you're going to stop talking about it and be about it, huh?
I am.
Proud of you, brother. Proud of you.
Thank you. And like, I know that wrestling is not meant to be easy. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm bitch made. I can't do all this. No, it's like nothing in life is easy. Okay. Nothing in life is easy. I'm not expecting shit to be handed to me. I'm not expecting everything to be sunshine and rainbows, make me happy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not going to happen. But when you see the stuff start to surface, then maybe that's when you pull back. That's really all it boils down to. It's really all it boils down to. Yeah, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel real weird here in February, not loading up the car and going to Odin. But at the same time, it's the next step to the next step, to quote American Pie, one of my underrated
and we all know
movies.
in professional wrestling, it's never say never. So you might see us down the road.
Well, that's what I said, is that I might pop in and watch a show one day.
Yeah,
I might. And then knowing me, I'll be like, oh, you
definitely be back for that Hall of Fame induction, Steven.
Yeah, whenever he wants to put us in the Hall of Fame and you can be a double inductee.
Yeah, the first double.
I feel like that I've earned it. I feel like that I've earned it. No, I don't want it. I don't want a Hall of Fame right now because Hall of Fame means that you're near the end. And I told New Wave Pro the same thing. They wanted to put me in their Hall of Fame, and I told them no. I respectfully declined. I just don't want it. I'm like John. I'm like Jon Snow with the Iron Throne. I don't want it.
I don't want it, sir.
That's me. But all right, man. Hell of a good talk. We're gonna be rolling into Paige show here. It's gonna be a pretty fun one. Maybe we'll get a little bit more in detail on some things. Who knows? Probably not. That's not meant to be a cliffhanger. Just come on over to the Patreon, listen to Paid Show. Basically, look, we just stopped taking a booking that gave us some extra money on the side. So this is the best time more than ever to come on over to Patreon and support us over on Patreon. You know, everyone over there loves the content that we provide, and I know this for a fact. Because how could you not? How could you not love the content that we provide over on Patreon? I know I love making it, and I know that the people love listening to it / watching it. You, speaking of listening / watching, if you are over on the Patreon, again, you can roll with us over on to Paid Show podcast. It's going to be a pretty interesting one, like I said, I feel like. So yeah, Michael Madrox, any final words, or you already pretty much set here, brother?
I'm set here, brother.
Hell yeah.
Everything's off the chest.
Yep. Let's go. So, all right. Well, as I stated, for those of you over on the Patreon, we'll be rolling into Paid Show. You can listen to us. I, of course, have been Dickie Wabash. That's been Michael Madrox. And we will see you down the road on some form of content.